Hello, Scorpio. This is Michelle from Divine Intuition, and welcome to your monthly Tarot reading for the month of March 2023. All right, Scorpio. So, for this reading, I'm going to be using the Witch's Tarot, and I'm also going to be using the Psychic Tarot as well for your reading. Okay. So, let's start, Scorpio. Let's see what's in store for you for the month of March for my water signs. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Chariot. And we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so let's start with the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is a card that is suggesting that you're kind of withholding back your coins a bit. You're kind of like not giving as much, not being as generous as you were before. Four of Pentacles is somebody who just hoards everything and keeps everything to themselves. Probably certain things have happened to you, perhaps Scorpio, that you are very cautious with your money, or you're very cautious with people's money, perhaps. So Scorpios, probably something has happened that has made you really kind of reserved and really kind of hold back, right? When it comes to financial income, when it comes to practical things, when it comes to giving a lot, being generous. Maybe you've been hurt a lot in the past by other people, maybe other family members, siblings, or maybe spouses. So things can be quite harsh, right? And so that's why perhaps Scorpio, you're a little bit more reserved and you're kind of holding back a bit your coins. So here you are, this individual has all the pentacles, kind of keeping it like mine, kind of feeling like it's all theirs, right? Kind of very possessive over the coins, possessive over things, perhaps possessive over material possessions, possessive over many things, maybe possessive over the house, possessive over people, possessive over material things, right? And perhaps this is not really who you are, Scorpio, but because maybe you've been so hurt in the past that you're a lot more cautious when it comes to your coins, right? So, of course, we want to hold back. We don't want to give too much, or we tend to probably control more things than usual. So, this is more of a card of kind of hoarding and keeping everything for yourself instead of giving it to others, instead of giving it away to others, right? Or helping out others, right? So you're more saving than giving. So this is a card of saving and kind of collecting, making sure you have in your savings, making sure you have everything you need, practically, materialistically, right? So yeah, you're kind of having like you're very shut down. Your heart is on the coins, your 2 feet are on the coins, meaning like you're very grounded, but your mentality is more on practical matters. Your mentality is all more on materialistic matters and on finances. Like your heart is, that's where your heart is at the moment. It's not really in terms of emotions. It's more related to practical matters. It's more related to kind of just trying to focus on your foundation, not really giving yourself emotionally, not wanting to give yourself emotionally. More like you're just keeping things within yourself and you're saving more than giving. So that's what I see for you, Scorpio. Now, like speaking of saving, right? We have the Seven of Pentacles. So, Seven of Pentacles is also a card of kind of being patient with your crops, being patient in what you've invested. So, you have your coins there, you have all your coins, so all your savings that you've collected there. And here, this person is a little impatient, but same time, they are aware that things take time to grow, things take time to invest. As a plant takes time to grow, right? You need to nourish it, take care of it. It's your investment and you're kind of building your coins, right? So you are a little bit patient. You are patient in what you're doing. You know that things will take time to grow, will take time to develop, right? And will take time to see the results of it, see the results of your hard work, see the results of the fruits of your labor, right? Things take time like a plant. It's not as quick, everything it takes time. It's like, it's a very earth, it's very grounded, right? So it's interesting because you're a water sign, but you're going to be very practical this month. You're going to be very grounded, very very earth element this month, right? So yeah, so you're going to be focusing on your coins more, focusing on what you've been investing for this couple of months, a couple of weeks, maybe you're working on something that can actually bring you profit, can actually bring you money, right? That's why you're collecting more than giving, right? So be mindful about this because it's a law of attraction. The more you hoard things, the more you just take in for yourself, the more lack you're going to receive in life. The more you give, the more abundance you get back in return. The more the more life it gives to you, right? So, and that's why if you're very shut down emotionally as well, and we don't give ourselves emotionally, we may not receive the emotional support or emotional help and emotional like care in return because perhaps we don't give as much, we shut down. So it's hard for the universe to attract the same thing back. Same with your finances. If you take everything in, then it's not going to manifest back to you. The universe won't bring that back forward because it's you're not giving as much, right? So we have also the chariot. So the chariot is a kind of um it's kind of like controlling the inner beast within you, Scorpio. So you may be dealing with more things internally, internal conflicts, internal in your internal beasts, and it's hard to kind of control that maybe anger, control the parts of your personality that well, we all have this. I mean, the chariot is about being in control of your emotions, right? You have the chariot there controlling the two beasts, internal beasts within us, and maybe you may be going through some purges, maybe something that you need to release emotionally. Could be quite difficult to release, right? Things that bother you, things that perhaps remind you of your past, things that hurt you. So we all go through this, and we all go through these purges, but you're definitely going to be challenging. It's going to be quite challenging this month for you, Scorpio, to be able to kind of control those parts of you. But looks like you're trying your best to control it. Like you are there, like being in control of the chariot, being in control of the horses or the wild beasts within you. And you're trying to tame it. You're trying to be more calm and collective regarding certain things. But maybe certain things that you're trying your best to keep to yourself and collect for yourself only. Maybe there's so much pain regarding that you may lash out in certain things, or you may have a lot of pain in regards to that. So, Scorpio, try to center yourself. Also, know that things take time to grow. Got to be more patient. The crops take time to grow and to flourish. But looks like your crops are growing, your crops are flourishing. You will reap the rewards soon. So, that looks good. But yeah, try to tame those wild emotions, internal emotions that you may have. The chariot is not something like that you really show externally, like you express your emotions externally, like you express your anger externally. They're very internal, so they're internal beasts. Like you feel these emotions, right? So you can, some people will express it and some people will just have it inside, and you may have a lot of these like storms, internal storms. That's what I sense. A lot of internal storms you have, Scorpio. You have a lot of internal storms. So try to kind of work through that. Try to center yourself and work through your emotions, right? Could be internal, could be external, right? So work with that, Scorpio. You have the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is a person who has so many options, so scattered in their mind that they don't know what they want to choose. So the Seven of Wands is suggesting to really focus and really write down your priority. What is your first priority? What is your second priority? Maximum three priorities. Maximum three. Otherwise, you'll take forever in accomplishing what you want to accomplish, right? But that's because you have so many ideas. Your mind is scattered everywhere, right? So like here you have all these cups available for you that brings you joy and happiness and fulfillment. And here you are, the wizard, knowing that you can manifest anything and bring forward anything that you want and desire. But there's just so many options. It's just so hard to choose. So here you have you want to focus on money? Do you want to focus on happiness? Do you want to focus on your house and your business, your assets or something? Do you want to focus on love? There's a person there. Do you want to focus on your pets? Do you want to focus on freedom for the butterfly? Or oh wait, this is love. There's a mermaid there because there's a person there. And there's a dragon here. There's a dragon. You want to focus on maybe focus on things that maybe are not good for you. It could be addictive patterns, right? That we have to break from. So like the dragon here, right? So there's a lot of things here that are available to you, but you just don't know what to choose. Like, should I choose on? Should I choose happiness? Oh, hey, my little Felix. Should I choose pets? Yeah, little pets. It looks like a little black kitty. I have a little black kitty too. She's in there too. In there too. Yeah, should we choose happiness or joy, or should we choose like, material possessions with our money or our home? So it's just so hard to choose, right, Scorpio? It's so difficult to choose what's important for us in our life. So yeah, so many options there. We just don't know which one we want, right? So you're really going to have to dig deep and really focus on what is your priority. And maybe that's why you may be a little bit, your emotions may be a little bit stormy or unsettled internally for you. So like, yeah, it's going to be like, it's difficult to choose, but if you really kind of center yourself and try to really pinpoint on what is more important to you, what is the most important thing for you in your life, then you'll be able to choose what's important for you, right? So so yeah, that's my advice for you, Scorpio, is to choose to just have like three priorities so that you can start getting things rolling for you. All right, so let's see what the psychic tarot has to say for you, Scorpio. So we have the throat chakra, we have deception and envy, we have movement, choices, indecision, and conflicts and defeat. So yeah, so let's see with the throat chakra. So you have the throat chakra. So what does this mean? It means that it's blocked. So there's something internal in here in your throat that is blocked, that you cannot fully express yourself or say certain things that you really want to say. And it's quite a challenge because you do have the Chariot card here that's has a lot of internal, you have a lot of internal storms, but you can't really express it. You can't express your internal storms. And that's because your throat chakra is blocked. Like you can't express what you feel, what you think, what bothers you. You can't communicate. You don't know how to communicate things that bother you, things that hurt you, or even communicate your anger. You probably lack that, right? So this something to do with your childhood, something to do with your maybe past life, maybe a past life. I do sense a past life. Something happened to you probably in the past life that's completely blocked. Maybe in your childhood, maybe when you're growing up, something hurted, something damaged your throat chakra, so you're unable to express yourself. And it's so important to express yourself. It's so important to express even anger, to release it, because or else if you never do, you're going to develop certain illness. You can develop certain illnesses in your throat too. So it's important to express it. Sometimes it can come out harsh, sometimes it can come out intense, but it's necessary. You have to, or else how will you heal? So the thing is, it's we don't really want to do that because sometimes maybe you don't like confrontation, Scorpio. You may lack confrontation. You may lack wanting to express what you feel to people that perhaps have done you wrong, right? But it's very important to have confrontation because that's the only way we can heal. There, of course, we can also forgive and let go, but we also need to confront certain things, right? And you lack confronting those situations, Scorpio. So I would suggest work with certain crystals like sodalite, and turquoise crystal. So turquoise, put it here, work on it with a generator. Use a turquoise crystal to help activate your throat chakra again because it's blocked, it's closed. Throat chakra would be, because these are the chakras. So you have the root, which is this one. You have the sacral. You have the solar plexus. This is the tiger's eye. You have the heart chakra, which is if your heart is blocked. You can use green aventurine. Speaking of throat, my throat feels very like feels very blocked. Feels like like something rough is there. So yeah, I feel that for you, Scorpio. And this is the crystal for the throat. So this is, I think it's a turquoise. Yeah, it's a turquoise. I don't know if you can. It has usually these little lines around, so it's like, yeah. And this one would be for the third eye. So I think this is a sodalite. Sodalite can be used for the third eye too, for the throat chakra and third eye. And then you have an amethyst, which is the purple one for the crown, right? Sodalite can also be used for the third eye and can also be used for the throat. But mostly turquoise is good for the throat, right? And then this one for the heart. That's why it's blue. See, it's blue. It's blue, right? So, yeah, you have a lot of work to do with your throat because I feel it. Oh my gosh, Scorpio. So, work on it, please. Because you have so much you need to heal and express, okay? And if you don't do that, yeah, you can develop an illness here in your throat. And and you can like, yeah, some people, it can lead to surgery sometimes. I remember having a friend from college who had to do a surgery in her throat. Well, she told me about her third surgery, and she had like a scar here, and I kind of knew right away why. Because her personality was so quiet and timid. Even the way she spoke all the time with me was very kind of quiet and very very silent, and she would always talk to me very quiet, very silent all the time. But she was a fun person. She was funny. She was fun to be around. I loved her so much. We bonded so much. I miss her. Like she was like the greatest person ever. But I noticed she lacked being able to fully voice her opinion like it loud, right? Like how I'm doing it like now, like that loud, or like have like it's part of the solar plexus, your solar plexus, which is this one around the belly area. When that's also very underactive, we don't have the fire to say, express loudly are the situations that we're going through, right? So yeah, so that's why I feel like you have to maybe work on your solar plexus first. Get a citrine crystal, get a tiger's eye. That's all for good for your solar plexus, and then that can boost the fire and confidence to voice what you want to say. Well, first also, activate your throat chakra with a turquoise or a sodalite crystal. Do both, and then that will boost it for you to express it, right? So yeah, work on the throat. Yeah, and I realized like she talks so little, so slow, so gentle. I feel maybe as she grew up, she wasn't able to like have a very loud voice, in at home with her family. So it probably became so underactive that she started to get complications here probably, and then she probably had to do surgery there. It can go bad like that, right? So yeah, so work on that, okay, Scorpio. um you have deception and envy. So deception and envy, very similar energies to what's going on with the Pisces. It's people around you who could be quite deceptive, quite envious. So you got to be careful around them. Now, it's either somebody around you or probably it's you who you probably have to work on yourself. Like I said, work on yourself, control the inner beasts, control the storms within you. And that could be because of your voice and your opinion. So that could lead to maybe kind of looking at other people in a different way, kind of having a bit more envious in the people around you, right? Or it could be somebody like a family member, somebody at work who could be wearing a mask all the time. You got to be careful with these people who wear masks. Know that they may not mean the best for you. So you have to be cautious of the people around you. Be cautious of the people who you work with, who you're dealing with, because not everybody has your best interests, and some people can really hurt you, and some people can really be lying to you. They could be wearing a mask. So you have to be cautious of who you're dealing with, which family members are you talking to, which coworkers are you talking to. You gotta be cautious with the people around you. Not everybody wants the best for you. Not everybody has your best interest. Some people could be jealous of you where you are. So yeah, and sometimes it's family members that do that. Sometimes it's your coworkers, right? So if it's not somebody around you, maybe it's you, maybe you need to work on certain things that can bother you, certain things that can trigger you, Scorpio, and try to see where this trigger comes from, why you're receiving these triggers, and why, this inner storm and inner beasts are, tormenting you. You're tormenting yourself, and see why this is happening, and why are you looking at other people that way, and if you don't resonate with that, then it could be then somebody else that is like that to you, and then you have to be mindful and careful who you're dealing with and who you're interacting with, Scorpio. Okay. Okay, so we also have movement, choices, and decisions. So movement, choices, and decisions. So yeah, this is the Two of Pentacles. So you have choices to make. You may be going back and forth constantly, back and forth. I want this and I want that. No, I want this. I want that. No, I want to go here. No, I want to stay here. Right? I'm interested in this person, but I'm interested in this person. So there's a lot of conflicting decisions here, Scorpio. So it's time to make your mind. It's time to make your the decisions for you, because yeah, there's movement, there's choices, and there's decisions. Do you want to focus on relationships? Like I said, this is really connected to the Seven of Cups. So there's a lot of choices and options out there for you, Scorpio, and there's just so many, and that's why you're still kind of conflicted in what choices to take. You want to focus on relationships, right? Relationships. Do you want to focus on, growing something, your assets, your business, your house? Focus on your house, focus on freedom, focus on money, So there's just so many things that you need to start focusing now, putting a priority on, or making a decision, because it seems like you're not making a decision. You're kind of back and forth everywhere. And that's what's delaying everything or causing conflicts and confusion, because there is also conflicts here. So there's conflicts and defeat. So there is tension, there is argument, there is fights. And probably how that has to do a lot with the indecision that you have. So very indecisive in certain choices that you want to make, right? So one moment you want this, and one moment you don't want this. One moment yes this, one moment no this. So yeah, there's a lot of conflicting messages that you may throw out, Scorpio. So that can cause a lot of trouble. That can cause a lot of conflict. That can cause a lot of defeat, right? Arguments with other people. If you're dealing with a spouse, it could be quite conflicting, because you got to come to an agreement. If you're dealing with people at work or friends, it could be quite contradicting, because your priorities are different than the people around you. So it's also about your priorities, and because you're not decisive about a situation, it can stir up a lot of conflicts and tension with other people around you, right? Because of probably being undecisive of certain things, right? That's why it's important to prevent this, to prevent conflicts, fights, arguments, tensions, and defeat. It's very important that you make a choice, and you make your mind up and focus on the priority and what is important for you, Scorpio, so that you don't have to go through these internal storms, right? And I think also another thing has to do with being afraid of really expressing what you really want, and expressing it to others, and expressing what you really feel. That can be also the problem, right? Being afraid to really say the truth or express the truth, right? But you're in a safe space to do it. I mean, nobody it depends on what happened. Maybe if you were abused, maybe because you couldn't express your opinion. Maybe that's something to do with the past, maybe a past life or in your childhood, whichever. But know that things are different now, Scorpio. So you could voice your opinion and express yourself, right? So work on that. Get those crystals so that you can express yourself, okay? So that you don't have to go through this. And then everybody has like an understanding and a clear message of what you really want, and the people around you are not confused right, with you. So are not constantly confused and there's no confusion around, so that there's less tension around you and with the people around you. Okay, Scorpio? So yeah, so looks like you're going to be quite grounded this month, Scorpio. I see lots of pentacles here, just a lot of savings, maybe hoarding money or investing or being more patient with your crops, things growing for you, healing your throat chakra, tempering your emotions, cautious with the people around you, or you healing yourself if you're that person. And yeah, there's just so many options, and it's time to make a decision so that to prevent any conflict in the future. Okay, Scorpio? All right, Scorpio. So I hope you enjoyed your monthly reading for March 2023. If you enjoyed this reading, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave a comment below, or share the video. Or if you'd like to donate, you can donate and click on the link below under my description if you'd like to help my channel out and everything that I do. I would greatly appreciate that too. Okay, so I hope to see you again in my next reading, Scorpio, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Okay, bye.